welcome my fellow followers of Chaos to another episode in the Total War Campaign Focus series. The series where I look at Total War campaigns and tell you what to expect and then tell you my thoughts and opinions on the beginnings of campaigns. So, today we're going to the second campaign in Norsemen culture, the Jutes. Although there is a faction called the Danes, these are basically your Danish. They're in Denmark. I'm not quite sure what these islands are called. I think they're part of Denmark now. I don't know. But these are basically the actual Danish. So, yeah. I get geography, all that stuff. Not my strong point, sadly. Your faction leader is... okay. It's definitely not Getwolf. Jetwolf? Jeetwolf? I don't know. Your Germanic pagans, like pretty much all of this. There's a little description about them in history. You got the Viking Raiders cultural trait, which is plus 75% income from sacking, looting, and raiding. But then you get the unique faction traits of extra income for every enemy unit destroyed, which is pretty cool. So your income goes up every unit you destroy. So I don't know how that exactly works. We'll see that in the campaign. And you get an extra plus 200% income from raising settlements. So you'll be making 3 times as much money from raising stuff. So yeah, their initial challenge is hard, and just like everybody else, they have the exact same minor victory conditions as the other Norsemen factions. So without further ado, let's get right into this campaign. So hello and welcome to the beginning of the Jutes campaign. As you can see, it's the same as starting off as the Geats. You can see what's going on. The start's going to be very similar, obviously. Of course, the Danes and the Jutes have it a lot harder than the Geats, as they start in their little tiny little towns, and they have to work towards taking the capital from the Geats. So yeah, let's take a look at what we start with. So you start off with an army led by your king, the Aegis of the Oak. You have all Nordic levy, Nordic band, Nordic bows, Nordic mounted raiders. And your general is a Nordic warlord. I think that's the same as the other armies. I believe so. And then you also have a fleet led by your heir, Gutthulf. So you got 3 Snecka longships and 3 Skade longships. So bows and light melee. In the beginning, you can recruit those 2 units. And for your army, in the beginning, you can recruit Nordic Levy, Nordic Hurlers, and Thrall Skirmishers. So, yeah, you're going to have to be doing some upgrading to get any decent melee infantry, pretty much. Because the starting Norsemen infantry is shit. We all know that by now. If we take a look at their technology, it's exactly the same as the Geats. I don't think there's anything different, honestly. There shouldn't be. And if you look at their diplomatic situation, they hate the Angles, so the Angles and the Danes will be your first targets, basically. So instead of sailing to Britain, I actually plan to go south through Germany and Gaul, pretty much, as opposed to going this way like I did with the Geats. So that should be interesting. The Geats like you, the Saxons like you, but we're going to be turning on the Geats because fuck them. But yeah, guys, that's a beginning situation. I guess I should also show you Alibu. You start off with a Torp, which is your level 1 town. You start off with a Jetty, which is your level 1 port. And you start off with a Farmstead, which is your level 1 farm. You have a already active undeveloped land spot that you can build with right away if you so desire. And that is that. So, once we get a bit further into the campaign, I'll show you some different things. I'll see you then. So guys, yeah, this was a quick one. Welcome to the end of the Jutes campaign. As you can see, we conquered just a little bit less than what we did with the Geats. We raised the settlement here that we were at war with. I don't know why I didn't raise this place, honestly. I would have got more out of it. And yeah, I definitely see why they say that the Geats are normal, and well, they have a normal initial challenge. And the Jutes and Danes have a harder one, because it's almost impossible to get enough strength early on to take this. Because look at that, they just spam stacks. Like, that'd be almost impossible to take. I don't even have the forces to take it now, because look how much money I'm making with these armies. Now, of course, there are some a couple mercenary units in here. So I mean, like, if I took those out, what would I be making? Not that much more. So everything's kind of poor, and everybody's very unhappy. So it's just, yeah, it's not that nice of a situation. And I can only imagine the Danes is gonna be hell, pretty much. But a bit of a plan of what I did. I went from Alibu. I took Anguillus. Actually, no. First of all, I took Hafen from the Danes. Then I took Anguillus. We pushed into Rougion after the Burgundians took it and declared war on me. That's not the Burgundians. They're down here somewhere as a horde. So I beat them here. Went into this place, raised it. I was gonna take Gothsiscanza, but the Burgundians came back, sacked Rougion. That's why it's pissed off and there's rebels. So I had to abort that, and then I sent my ships over just to see what was going on. And they have 2 stacks and a fleet or something. So I mean, yes, everybody around you just bottles right up. But this is after 5 years, of course. You can see it's 400 AD. This is the turn that Attila is born. This is the map. Somehow I ended up at war with these factions. I don't know how that happened. I was never explained as to how I got at war with them. But yeah. I decided to, like, after I noticed that I wasn't going to be able to take this, I just decided to get into a non-aggression and trade agreement with these guys. But I mean, like, obviously if we had more time, I'd build up more forces, take here and here, blah blah blah, that kind of stuff. Continue sacking and raiding my way down, that sort of thing. So basically, would I recommend this campaign? Of course. If you want to choose this over the 2 other Norsemen factions, go right ahead. They definitely, all the Norsemen factions are basically the same. I'm gonna say that, so you can't really not say that one is good. It all comes down to the personal traits, really, and the fact that these guys get lots of money from raiding and sacking and looting and stuff. That is nice. I made like almost 1,000 something out of raising this place. So I mean, usually you only get like a couple hundred, if that. So I mean, it's definitely nice. Of course, the Jutes. I mean, the Geats have their no winter attrition and all that crap, which is the best cultural trait probably in the game. And I'm pretty sure the Danes just have stuff to do with fleets, so that's kind of useless to me because I don't like using ships that much. But yeah, there's no way to not recommend any of the Norsemen factions because they all are very similar and they're all quite fun. So yeah, it gets a recommendation from me. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed this episode, please be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. And if you enjoy the series, make sure you're subscribed to see it come out every few days, because it takes a bit longer to make these videos than a campaign episode, obviously. But yeah, guys, this has been Overkill as always. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.